Hi, this is John with SysEng Quick. Today I'll be wrapping up the Salt Debian-clone tutorial by adding the remaining states necessary to copy over the configs. There are no new concepts here, but there are some new states. I've got my serve salt and serve pillar folders posted to GitHub in case anyone wants to take a closer look at them. Inside the serve salt files directory, I've placed all of the files that have been customized on this machine so they can be copied over. These include things like the IP tables rules, the Tiger VNC systemd service, the URXVT modules, and all the config files in the SysEng user directory. I've also added several states to the top file. There's one for customizing the default editor, another for IP tables rules, one for network configuration, another to clone the salt config directories, and then some for Tiger VNC and URXVT configuration. There's also been edits to all of the existing states other than VBox additions. Inside the init.sls file, I've added a package.purge state to remove vim-tiny. I've also set the default target to multi-user mode so it doesn't start like DM on boot. The editor state runs alternatives.set to change the default system editor to Vim. Inside IP tables, we use file.recurse to copy all the files from the salt directory files etc IP tables to etc IP tables on the minion. Those will include our IP tables rules. Then we use syscontrol.present to make sure that network forwarding is enabled. Inside the network state, we start out with the same rename rules we had before, but now we also have added states to set up the host name. Then we configure the WAN and LAN network configurations. Note the require reboot and no if up down states. This means that none of these will take effect until the next boot. If we did otherwise, it would interrupt our network traffic because we're taking the IPs used by the server that we're on right now. The salt state reconfigures the minion to be the salt master and then clones the configuration files from GitHub. The Tiger VNC state sets up the Tiger VNC systemd service and enables it on boot. UXRVT copies the custom modules that I've been using. In the users file, we've changed sudoers to require no passwords for members of the sudo group. We also copy the home directory files for the user syseng and root. And finally, inside the syseng directory, we want to make sure the X startup program is chmod 755. So let's go make sure that all of that works by running the high state. So you can see all of our states succeeded. We run 23 of them and changed 19. So now let's shut off this machine and restart debian-clone, which should now be debian-master. So there we go. We now have debian-master set up. Let's take a look at a few things on here just to make sure it worked. We seem to have the right IP addresses. We're running Tiger VNC. Shouldn't be any problem there. I've got my selected editor. All the files seem to be over here just fine. And we've got our pillar data and our salt data. So this is pretty much debian-master, just as we had it before. And that takes care of the clone process. I'll leave the link to the GitHub files in the video description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.